Attorneys bill in basically three different ways. First, through contingency fees. Second, through flat fees. And third, through hourly fees or hourly billing. A contingency-based fee is one where the attorney gets paid a percentage out of what he or she is able to generate on behalf of the client. You most often see this with situations where there is a large corporation as an opponent, or perhaps an insurance company, some big entity which can at some point either settle the case or at least pay out what is being asked for or what is the basis for the lawsuit. For flat fees, that kind of work is typically more contained. It's more of a project or transactional in nature. For example, it is common to see flat fees for preparing a lease or drafting a deed for a client or writing a contract. They are lump sums where the attorney gets paid almost like it's a la carte, right? The attorney is getting paid to produce that one thing. Again, usually some sort of document. The most common is the third type of payment, which is hourly fees or hourly billing. And that is what it sounds like. It is attorneys charge clients for the units of time, the incremental units of time typically expended to represent them or working on a particular matter. It doesn't have to be litigation necessarily, but that's where you see it the most common. And by far most types of law, the attorneys will charge hourly rates, whether it be from real estate law or construction law or family law or you name it. Anything outside of personal injury or medical malpractice, it's usually some sort of hourly based. Now here at Dickson Frohlich, that's the model we follow, except we do some flat fee stuff, but typically it's mostly hourly based. And there are a couple of sort of universal truths that we want clients to know about the billable hour. And I think as the client goes forward, hopefully if you're a client and you're listening to this will help you. It will help you to understand sort of how this works. First, there are absolutely no guarantees about what something will ultimately cost when you're dealing with hourly billing. Sometimes attorneys or often will give an estimate or a best guess, but I would strongly encourage clients to view that just for what it is, which is a best guess. This is because attorneys simply don't control all factors to a given legal matter. Most obvious above that, of course, is the idea of litigation, and that attorneys certainly don't control all aspects of litigation. Thus, if you believe that you have been promised that a certain amount of work or a certain matter of yours will be completely done within a certain nice amount of fees, then I would double check to make sure that that's the case, because it probably isn't. Second, attorney's fees are largely contingent on the nature of the participating individuals. The more that a situation is contentious or complicated or even urgent, the higher the likelihood is that legal fees will be high. This is for obvious reasons. The more something is more complicated, the more time it takes an attorney to sort through it and figure out the best strategies on how to deal with it. Third, legal work itself has a natural ebb and flow to it. You see, especially in litigation, you see situations where in a month period, there may be thousands of dollars charged because of various motions that are brought by the other side or because of specific things that had to be done sort of in a constrained time frame. But then you'll also see weeks in a situation where nothing really is going on. And that's not because the attorney is lazy or not doing anything. It's just because that's sort of the nature of a case schedule, is that there are peaks and valleys and ups and downs to the amount of work that is required. Most of all, and I'll leave you with this, most of all, I would encourage you to communicate with your attorney, whomever that is, whether that's here at Dickson Frohlich or anywhere else. Communicate with them about the attorney's fees. It is always best that attorneys and clients are as much as they can be on the same wavelength about what to expect. Typically, what we find is that when there are disagreements about attorney's fees, it's because there is some misunderstandings about what is to be expected and what has happened. Sometimes, oftentimes clients don't mind paying attorney's fees so long as they know, they can sort of see what's coming. and attorneys should do their best to inform them of that. So thanks for watching.